Walking into your car is usually a very happy experience, but I gotta tell you guys, without having any sort of Android Auto in this automobile, I am not super happy. So it's time to change that. Now I have Android Auto in my car and Apple CarPlay as well, thanks to the SevenTour 9.6-inch system, and this is the perfect addition to anybody's car. Anyone that doesn't have Android Auto or CarPlay and is looking to add it very easily. And I also do have the optional window suction cup as well, but you can mount it just on your dashboard, as you can see by that dashboard mount right underneath there. I think this is the almost perfect solution for everybody. Now, it isn't perfect. A couple things I'd like to see tweaked in an update or maybe in a future edition, but for the most part, I think this is an excellent system, and you also get a dash cam front and rear, so it's a win-win in everybody's book. Let's go ahead and check out the SevenTour system together. Now let's go ahead and take a look at what we get inside of the box. It does charge with USB-C, and here's your USB-C cigarette lighter, USB-A to USB-C cable. Here's your mounting bracket along with 2 adhesive stickies. So if you need to switch it to a different car or you just need to move it somewhere else later on in the future, you do have an extra sticky right there. And the great thing about this SevenTour 9.6-inch wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay unit is it's more like a multifunction device, so you do have a 1080p rear camera. This unit is not only retrofitting wireless Android and wireless CarPlay to your car, but it's also going to function as a dash cam. Here's your 2.5K dash cam module right in the front. So it is multifunctional, and that's what I like about it, because after all, space on your dashboard is super limited. So I definitely like that. It's a multifunction type of device. So we're going to go for a road test, and we're going to test out all of these features together. Inside as well, you do have your aux cable, so you can plug this directly into your car's aux port. Taking a look at the side of the unit, here's your USB-C for power. You also do have your port for your rear camera. Here's your micro SD card slot, and you can put up to a 256 gigabyte card. They do ship it with 64, so thank you very much for giving us a card that we can use with. If you do want to plug in the optional GPS module, you can go ahead and plop it in right there. And on the other side as well, we do have 2 ports, one for that aux cable to put into your head unit, and you also do get a USB port right over there. And on the top of the unit, here's your power button right on the top. On the back of the unit, you have your mounting plate, and that's how you're going to attach this mount right to the back here. And then give it a little bit of a force, just like that. So now when you get to the car, to set up Android Auto or CarPlay, it's very, very simple, guys. Just open up your Bluetooth settings and look for the SevenTour name. Once you connect to it via Bluetooth, click on Use CarPlay, and then everything's going to be done for you. So let's just kind of take a look and see how long this is going to take. Very, very quick. It's all set up. Everything is good to go. And the next time you enter in your car, everything's done wirelessly, or of course you can be old school and use a wire if that's how you want to do it. Now just taking a look at the interface again, this is your standard CarPlay interface. You have your map right there. If you have any music playing, you have it right there. And of course I do have my split screen mode. So I do have my dash cam on the side here, and then CarPlay is on the right. If you want to quickly go full screen with your dash cam, just double click on it, and that's going to give you both views just like this. So you can drive along and you can have your CarPlay in the background, but you can always be able to see your dash cam footage. You can always go full screen just by swiping over, so you can swipe through the front and the rear dash cam, or of course you can get that split screen. And it is in 2K. You can see the moniker right there that says 2K. So you have all of your apps from CarPlay right here. It's very, very simple. And you have your little floating window there. You can see how much battery life in your 5G connection right at the top left. And of course, this floating little icon gets you back to some of your settings. Let's show you the full setting mode for CarPlay. So again, let's just switch that over, and then you do have to restart the device. So here it is in full screen mode, guys. Very, very nice. Here's your map, and of course you have your now playing and all of that good stuff right over there. Once you pair up the unit with Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, you can continue setting up Android Auto on the actual device. Let's go ahead and click on OK. Click on Continue. When it comes to your screen mode, you have a full screen option just like this, or you can also do a split screen. Under Settings, you'll see an option for projection mode. Go ahead and switch that over to split, and once you restart your unit, you're going to have a split screen mode for your camera and for your Android Auto or your CarPlay section. Now that I've switched it, you have your dash cam in the front as well as your Android Auto or CarPlay on the left side. So those are your two options, full screen or split. Taking a look at the Android Auto interface, you always have this pop-up kind of floating window, and this is going to allow you to get back to the actual settings of the device. When you click on it, it's going to show you what you can do. Now, there isn't any auto brightness, which is something I'd like to see in a future update, because manually increasing or decreasing the brightness at night sometimes gets a little bit annoying, so I would like to see an auto brightness. There's your volume controls. And if you do get a text message, it's going to pop up right away, and you can reply via your voice using your assistant. So that's definitely something I really like. And it's going to head over to there if you have any notifications. So perfect timing to get a little bit of a text message. So you'll always be able to see everything hands-free, and that makes this device perfect when it comes to driving on the road. You want to keep safe and secure. And then you can see on the bottom, my podcast is still showing right there. But going back to the float-up window, you also have direct access to your cameras, so your dash cams, your front and your rear. You'll always be able to see them right away if you wanted to take a snapshot or if you wanted to do anything like that. Here's dash cam, of course, so you can see your dash cam in full screen if you want to. Quickly take a snapshot if you need to, and you can also turn on or off the microphone just by clicking on that microphone icon. If you want to stop recording altogether, stop the little play icon in the middle there. Clicking on settings for the dash cam, there's just a couple options when it comes to settings. You'll be able to change the resolution. You'll be able to change the video duration. You can also change that collision sensitivity setting. I usually like to leave mine on low, otherwise you might get a little bit of false recordings here and there. And that's basically it when it comes to the settings for the dash cam. If you're on the road and you need to lock a file, press on that little icon lock, and it's going to make sure that that file does not get overwritten. Perfect if you have a little fender bender or you see something that you want to save and share later. Go ahead and lock that file. You also have a pretty cool option for your lane assist. So you can see it'll put two little lanes right in the front of your view there. So for those of you that need a little bit of a lane assist keeping, then it'll let you know if you do departure out of those lanes. Now under files, this is where you're going to be able to see all of the files that the dash cams recorded. You can easily play them. FM radio into that station. This way you'll be able to transmit the audio that way. I do have an aux cable in my car. Also, if you took any photos, you'll be able to see your photos there. If there's any emergencies in the front or the rear, aka someone hit you, you can see the rear emergency videos, and you can also just see your rear camera videos as well if you want to see what happened in the rear there. So that's basically it when it comes to the settings. If you don't want to use the aux cable or your car doesn't have it, you can also use the FM transmitter function. So find the station that's not being used, select it here on the SevenTour unit, and then tune your FM radio into that station. And this way you'll be able to transmit the audio that way. I do have an aux cable in my car, so I am going to use that aux cable feature. So just to show you how you can reply using your voice, let's go ahead and open up this text message.
The half and half in my coffee is not the same, babe. Skeptical smiley face. Not as good. The message also contains a picture. Do you want to reply?
Yes.
Okay, what's the message?
That's too bad. I love my coffee black.
I got, that's too bad. I love my coffee black. Do you want to send it or change it?
Send.
Okay, it's sent.
So it's just as easy to reply to messages as it is to use your Google Assistant. And of course, this also works with Siri. I definitely like that function of Android Auto and of course Apple CarPlay. It just means everything is very easy and everything is very intuitive. One thing that's really important when you look for one of these Android Auto or Apple CarPlay systems, especially when you're retrofitting them, you want to ensure that the touchscreen does its job and there's really no lag, there's really no delay between when your finger touches the screen and what you're trying to see, what you're trying to accomplish. And with the SevenTour system, everything was just really fast and fluid, as you can see. Switch between your Android Auto or Apple CarPlay apps very, very quickly. And I think that's very important once again when you get a retrofitted system. You don't want to have to wait. You don't want any sort of delay when you touch and what gets shown on the screen. So well done to these guys for that. A couple places where I think the system could be improved. Number one is in the audio quality coming from the speakers. Even though I have the aux cable connected, The sound just wasn't there for me. The bass was lackluster. It was really just sort of like a flat sounding system. And I'm someone who likes a little bit of bass. I listen to music that requires bass. So for me, this just didn't do it. And I tried the FM transmitter as well, and that just gave me static all along the channels whenever I tried to use it. So the FM transmitter provides static in the background, with, as you can imagine, is super annoying. Phone call quality also just wasn't there. So take a listen to a phone call sample.
When it comes to making and taking phone calls on the SevenTour Android Auto and Apple CarPlay head unit, I've been told on multiple occasions that it's kind of hard for the other person on the other end to hear me. And that's probably because the microphone is placed a little bit too far from the actual driving position. So the built-in Bluetooth for phone call quality, at least with the people I've interacted with, they said it's not really that super clear. I'm calling myself now to leave myself a voicemail to see what it sounds like.
Those are just two things that to me could be a little bit improved. But overall, I'm really happy to have retrofitted Android Auto and Apple CarPlay into my car. It just means it's a much more enjoyable experience, especially on long trips. It just comes in really, really handy. Lastly, this does have a dash cam built in, so I think it has multifunction. And for the price, I think you're getting a lot for your money. So take a look at the samples from the dash cam. Let me know what you guys think about it. And let me know what you think about the SevenTour Android Auto system. I really appreciate you guys watching. Thumbs up, subscribe. If you have any questions, let me know down in the comments below, and I'll catch you in another video.